Okay, guys, so it's wrapping up on the Padme event, and I got my 7-star Padme the other day, and so I wanted to make a quick video and explain on how I achieved this event. Unfortunately, through so many attempts that night, I spent over 4 hours of just constant attempts. And so, therefore, and I did a lot of recording. However, on the one that really mattered, I forgot to press record. And at the last 30 seconds, when I realized I was going to win, I went to check and saw that it was not recording. So I do have the last 30 seconds of the fight, which you guys, I don't know if you're going to want to watch it or not. But I do have it, and I can share it with you guys if you want. But anyways, I wanted to take a moment and explain how I got it. I went over the mods, strategies, stuff like that. So that way, even though we are coming down to the last, what is it? 3 in the morning, so it's, let's see, that's 9 plus 1, it was 10 hours left of the event. So I know it's late to have this, but working 12-hour shifts, it kind of doesn't leave me a lot of time to record, and so better late than never, I guess. Anyways, so again, I'm going to stress this very, very hard. The key to this event is General Grievous, and the key to using him is his Metalloid monstrosity. That extra turn whenever the Separatist ally or droid ally is killed is super, 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 super useful. And I mean, again, super useful. So if you haven't and you're still having trouble, do that. As long as you are willing to want her, of course. I don't want you to spend a Zeta on Grievous if you're never going to use Grievous again, and if you don't really want Padme and don't mind waiting until the next time she comes in about 3 months, when we're going to have our Separatist reworks, and you'll probably be able to get B1 and Droideka both farmed up. Anyways, so key right here, this Zeta, very, very, very important to that. Also, this move, Skittering Horror, amazing to have. You get the max health increase if they are already debuffed. You get a stun, and trust me, you'll be doing a lot of critting here because of his lead. So that will give a lot of damage. So this is how I got him for the event. Gear 12 plus 4. And so let me show you what I did with his mods. I went for speed secondaries and high health secondaries. Like solid health, not health percentage, because you're going to need health in order to make those health percentages boost up even more. So if you have low health base, those percentages aren't going to help as much. However, Grievous is naturally high in health, so I don't think there's going to be too much worry there, but it's always better to have more than not enough. And I had him speed here because I wanted to get him to go as many turns as possible, so that way he can draw in extra health from the droids. I'll explain that in just a moment. Here again, 13 speed, 501 health. This one is 19 speed with 808 health. This one is 15 speed, but I didn't really have a good health with that good speed, so therefore I just kind of left it as it was and got the health percentage. I put a crit damage here. This is the only crit damage triangle that is 42%, unfortunately, so I was stuck with the potency, which didn't really get, it helped me, actually it didn't really help me at all because I didn't get any bonuses from that. However, I did get a crit chance, which he was already going to hit crit chance anyways, and I got a little bit of protection, so it wasn't too bad. But that crit damage helped me take out Padme so easily because he already has high health, and his attacks are based off his health. And so let me show you real quick. Look at that health, 52,679. That plus I got what is that? What is my crit damage? 192% crit damage. That's a big attack. So having him have a crit triangle really did help. Unfortunately, again, I didn't have any crit triangle at 42% with health, so therefore I didn't get that health extra bonus, that last extra 10% to help boost his health up even more. But I got good speed, good crit damage, great health. That was very, very key. Now, what I was saying before about him drawing in that droid percentage is right here. You know, at the start of Grievous's turn, all other droid allies take damage equal to 8% of his max health, double for light side. He gains 5% max health and potency for each other droid ally for the rest of the encounter. So, as long as the other droids were still alive, at his next turn, he's able to draw in 10% since I had 2 other droids. One droid dies, 5%, yada yada. So, I mean, that helped bring up more health and then therefore more attack. Especially since his leader makes it 40% crit avoidance from subtracted from them, so you're critting quite a bit. Now for Dooku, I had him, I didn't really care about the type of mods really. I gave him speed and potency set just so that way I can get high speed, 273, and a good potency set. I wanted to get as many stuns and ability blocks as possible. Yes, he did counter quite a bit, but if countering a non-protective protection up tune, then I can at least either stun them, stun them, or ability block them before that protection up went up. Therefore, the debuff stuck, and it helped quite a bit. As for Ventress, I just gave her pure speed. I gave her as much speed as possible because she didn't really need too much. I've seen people do damage and speed, but I mainly focused on her being able to take as many turns to dispel, and if she was able to stun on her basic, awesome. If not, that's fine. She's not there for damage, or at least not for me. Magna Guard, I had him set up for nothing but health and protection. I didn't have him really too much speed because I didn't want his taunt to go away once he got it. But, you know, higher protection and higher health he had, mainly protection. I mean, look at that. I gave him 31 extra thousand protection. And so, and he was only gear 10 using him. And so that helped a lot, made him survive so much longer. I got like maybe 3, maybe 4 turns out of him. And so therefore he was able to make my Grievous last longer, make my Dooku last longer, Ventress, everyone. And B2, I'm trying to get as little speed on him as possible. Got 7 speed because he's going to get bonus turn meter quite a bit. But I needed him to survive a lot longer, so I gave him a lot of protection. I only got him at gear 9 whenever I got him Padme at 7. So gear 9 and 10 on Super Battle Droid and Magna Guard is very, very doable. Again, I did spend 4 hours of just constant tries. And RNG wound up working out with me, and unfortunately I wasn't able to show you that video. But I do have it, again, the last 30 seconds, and either I'll add it to this video, or I can make another video just showing nothing but a lot of fails, a lot of close calls, and then with my achievement at the end. Because I want to get this video out as soon as possible to help whoever needs the extra help. So there you go. Now as for strategy, Padme, stun her as much as possible. Then hopefully in the very beginning, Padme will give her protection up to everyone on the team, making her not shoot someone, and then have them, counter, giving her the, undispellable protection up. Because if she gets undispellable protection up in the very beginning, I mean, you might as well restart. Because you want her stunned as much as possible. But if she gives up the protection up, that makes Anakin do his AoE, which pulls in Dooku and Magna Guard countering, which is perfectly fine. You don't need to worry about Anakin right away. Just keep an eye on the amount of charges they have, because high charge rate will do massive damage, and you do not want to be taken out in one hit from Anakin's massive damage. So, ability blocking, Anakin is, highly recommended, but hopefully with the AoE that Anakin does, Super Battle Droid will be going next to do his mass dispel and immunity buff, or buff immunity, I mean, and so therefore you can place that on, General Kenobi. I wanted to make sure also to show you that I went with high protection and potency on Super Battle Droid, because you need high potency. You want as much debuffs being placed and buff immunities landed as possible. If you don't have his high, I mean, you can always just hope that RNG helps, but that's just a lot more attempts that you're gonna have to do. Just to let you know, I don't have his Zeta. I didn't find it needed. It helps, don't get me wrong, because that means more turns your Separatist droid allies are going to be getting. That means Grievous and Magna Guard and stuff like that. However, I don't find it completely needed. Same with Magna Guard, I don't have his Zeta. And because it dispels, if no buff was dispelled, it's reset on this ability. To be honest, I mean, I got, again, like I said, 3 turns out of him. If I was lucky, 4. So, and each time they did dispel, and it was generally General Kenobi that got dispelled from it, which I loved. But you want to use General Grievous's Skittering Horror on Padme, because she is the weakest one out of all of them besides Anakin, and I know that it looks like she has a lot of protection, but I was able to take her down to the orange in her health right off the bat. But then again, my health was really high, had crit damage, And General Kenobi usually got his taunt up as soon as I did that, but again, as long as General Kenobi was had buff immunity on, I was able to just wreck Padme. The next one that you want to do is either ability block Fish Jolie or ability block Anakin and then stun Fish Jolie. Those two are the next two you want to focus. I didn't focus too much on Mace Windu other than every now and then either stun him or ability block, because again, stunning and ability block are very key in this event. So, but typically I left Mace Windu and General Kenobi for the last two. And luckily in my video that I wanted to record, I had Ventress left and General Grievous left against General Kenobi and Mace Windu. And I stunned Mace Windu. And then I dispelled General Kenobi. So therefore I was able to again attack Mace Windu. Mace Windu then killed Ventress. And then it was just General Grievous and General Kenobi. And that was actually the only part that I was able to capture, was the face-off between General Kenobi and General Grievous. But that's how I knew that I was about to win. I've gotten down to the last two of them quite a bit and then lost. One of my close calls was just General Grievous, General Kenobi, and then Mace Windu. And I thought I was going to be able to win. However, they both kept getting foresight, and so my attacks were just being evaded, and it was annoying. And I wasn't able to get the health immunity up fast enough because of Mace Windu was quite quick. General Kenobi, buffed them and then called in for the assist, and that was just the end of my General Grievous. But anyways, I mean, I can show you those attempts in the next video if you guys want. Like, comment down below if you want to see that. I'm more than happy to show those attempts. Of course, it'll be after the event, but again, it's always a nice video to see someone else fail over and over and over again. And let me tell you, in 4 hours of just constant tries, there was a lot of fails. So much that I had to delete a couple big videos just to save room on my phone, because I didn't have the foresight to think, hey, maybe I should not have so much memory on my phone and before I record. There was a couple videos that I had to delete because I kept getting nothing but notifications, because I didn't turn off my notifications on certain apps that I didn't think I was going to get any notifications on. However, I did. So again, there's that. And plus, the video that I will post up of the fails and stuff like that are there's no talking in them, because it was nighttime and my wife was asleep, so I didn't want to wake her. So there's that. But again, make sure Padme is out first, because Fish Jolie cannot revive her. Then you can either go after Anakin and risk the chance of Fish Jolie not reviving, and so then therefore you can go after him as soon as Anakin's gone, because Anakin's your biggest damage dealer. Or you can go after Fish Jolie and then hope that Anakin doesn't kill you before then. But that's pretty much what my tricks were. I'm sure other YouTube gamers on YouTube and Mobile Gamer and Arnold probably have other methods, but that's just the one I chose. Didn't use B1, don't have him at all, even above 3-star. Droideka is only 4 stars, so couldn't use the new droids at all. So I feel like these are very, very achievable characters. I was just lucky to have the foresight to already have General Grievous at gear 11 plus 5. To be honest, I think I only needed his super stun gun, and I already had the material for it. I just didn't want to put it on him right away. And so I had the foresight luckily to get 5-star, and then because that only took 30 minutes for the 5-star. Then the 6-star, as you've seen in my other video, was only one attempt, and then my 7-star was, well, 4 hours of constant tries. So all in all, I guess what is that? Almost 5 hours, maybe give or take 15 minutes. And that's all it really took for me to get this event. I was super happy. This is the first time I've ever was able to get a 7-star on a legendary event on the first go round. But of course, she's very usable at 5-star, and it's to unlock her at 5-star, pretty much the same as 6-star, except you just don't have Mace Windu. So on that one, go for Padme, then go for Fish, and then go for Anakin and General Kenobi, and you pretty much have it. Just it's General Grievous is the key. Having him high health, because he doesn't really get really good health until after gear 12. That's where he gets half of his max health possible. You know, the swgoh.gg has General Grievous at 12, gear 12 plus 5 at 45,000 as his base health before mods and everything. You don't get about 20,000 of that health. Actually, I think it's more like 24,000 of that health until gear level after gear level 12. So General Grievous is the key, but you have to have him at over gear 12 to do that. I've seen people get tier 5 beaten with Ventress lead, and then you got either Dooku or B2, and then the 3 Genosians. I've seen that. So that it's very doable. I wish you guys all the luck. I'll show you my Padme right now. I have her at gear 8. I'm going to tell you one thing. This gear is annoying. That's the paywall right there, which they compensated by giving us great gear in the tiers, but to be honest, 2,800 crystals to max out, I mean, just to get past gear 8, or you spend, what, 3+ weeks of just farming those nodes every single day and hope that you get maybe 5 each day, is rough. It's rough. But I have her both zetaed out. Right now, I have her at 229 speed, 22,309 health, 14,000 protection. So really just speed and health is really what I was just focusing on her. And so I'll be testing her out quite a bit. I'm able to get through what is that, Galactic War with her very easily. I don't even have I have what was that, gear 10 Kenobi, gear 10 Ahsoka. My Anakin is a gear 8 with a Zeta. I literally just unlocked him during this event because I never had a use for him. Now, of course, I do. And so I've been farming his shards. That double drop that weekend was amazing for it. And I hope you guys took advantage of the crystal packs. Or not crystal. Well, I do hope you guys took advantage of the crystal packs. They were amazing. But if you didn't, I mean, priorities, right? Money. But the gear packs that they had, where you would either get 25 or 50, an amazing deal. I don't typically spend crystals on gear unless I have bukus from saving, because my arena is, I'm rank, what, 75 in my arena, squad arena, and 30 in my fleet, so therefore I'm only getting, I think, 150 crystals a day. So, I mean, it's not a lot. But it's enough for refreshes and maybe once a week buying gear. That's 700. You know, gives me 25 pack or whatever. But those packs, 690 for 25, guaranteed 25, maybe 50, when 25 is normally 700 in the store, is a great deal in my book. You guys might not want to use that if you're free to play and all that, but I found it enjoyable and good. I got 250 and 225, so I was completely happy. But yeah, so that was my mentality. Just to let you know, these were mods that I specifically put for this event, so you know, they did take up arena mods and mods that I use on other teams. So, you know, I was also one of those that had to put back them on during my arena time and make sure they were on during my fleet time, stuff like that. That way I didn't lose out just because my team was completely modded again. So I hope this helps you, and I hope that you're able to at least unlock her if you can't 7-star or 6-star her, because she is a really cool tune to use, and I do like the fact that she isn't a Darth Revan. I don't have her, or a Jedi Knight Revan when they first came out, which made them impossible to beat. Same with like Malik. I'm a very free-to-play player. I spend only like once a year or twice a year, depending on what's good. Of course, I found that this May the 4th sale on crystals was a very good sale, so I took advantage of that. $35 for, was it almost 5,000 crystals? I found very actually probably more than that. It's probably, what, almost 6,000, something like that. Very useful. And to gear up her and some ore and do some other stuff, buy those packs and stuff like that. So I really do hope that this video helped. If you want to see more videos that might help, please let me know. Subscribe to the channel, whatever. You know, you guys do you. I'm only here to help you. Alright. Thanks, guys. Bye.